Hello, WNE Universe and beyond. Welcome to the Quirky Hour, the Quirkiest Hour on the radio right now, and you're listening to WNEK the Voice. I'm your host, Ty Quirk.
I'm your co-host, Sam Cormier.
And today, we have three very, very special guests with us. We have two returning. Eric and Brett, how are you guys doing?
I'm not too bad.
I'm doing pretty good. Is this the first, live Quirky Hour, with video?
With video? Oh,
We've
yeah.
never done that.
Because we have a very, very special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you Mr. Bobby Dutton. How are you doing today?
I'm good, but if I'd known it was video, I would have picked a better outfit.
If I also knew there were video, I would have picked a better outfit as well. I'm not used to there actually being video cameras in the studio with us.
Very cool.
This could be the first time some people are seeing you live that listen to the show.
Holy moly.
Oh,
Holy moly.
that thing happens where they had a picture of you in their minds, but now they're seeing if it's right or not, if everything reconciles. You might be shattering worlds right now.
I could be shattering worlds right now. It's insane. But I've got a question for all of you. Just sort of explain what you're doing and why you're here. Eric, we'll start with you.
So coming up in this, on April 24th, we have a little event, spring event, and in particularly the Bear Glow coming up. So we wanted to bring over Bobby Dutton here and the chair for a spring event to go over it. What to expect? What is this event going to be looking like?
To me or to you? Okay.
For one of us, it can pick us both up.
Yeah, no worries. So we're doing a big DJ party in, what's the room called? Rivers. And I've been in this business for over 20 years now, which is wild. Our company's called Groove Boston, or GBM6. And we've got a huge background with concert production. We actually do all the major concerts, either the DJ show style like this one, or major artists for a lot of the big schools in the Northeast: UConn, Harvard, BC, BU, MIT. And what I love about this format of event is the DJ style is just so versatile. I think a lot of people think of a DJ and they think that's pigeonholing you into certain genre. It's going to be boots and cats and techno and I don't like raves. Maybe that's not my thing. A DJ show certainly can be a rave if that's the vibe that seems to be working, but you can play Queen music if you're a DJ because you have the same buttons and the same access to all the music in the world. So that's really what put us on the map, was the argument that a DJ show could be more musically versatile than an artist concert. And I love artist concerts, and I work on a lot of them. But as soon as you commit to one artist, A, you've spent a lot of the money, and B, you've ruled out 99.9% of the music in the world. And I think in some cases that can be a disadvantage.
I agree with that. I really liked your introduction for that. And we're going to be talking more about Spring Event as the show goes on. Just letting everybody know, if you go on to UPost right now, there is a form for student submissions. And maybe, if you're fast enough, one of your songs can be played on the Quirky Hour today. So we'll get into that later on. But Sam, go ahead and ask your hypothetical.
All right, guys. I have a question. So, if you were a type of media, or if you could organize your life into a type of media, what kind of media would you choose? And for example, for myself, I would choose movies. I feel like I break my life up into big events, and that more so fits with movie style. But
Nice.
It could be anything.
And for me, I would say music. I feel like without music, there is no true form of art in a sense. Again, take movies. Without the music behind whatever is happening, it's just people on a screen saying lines. There's no real. I mean, there is emotion, but the emotion is heightened because of the music. So I'm curious on what your guys' answer are. Bobby, we'll start with you.
I got to piggyback off of both of your answers, and I hope that's not a cop-out, but I have a playlist called Dope Life Soundtrack, DLS, and it's my private thing, but I put stuff in it all the time because I'm like, this is the perfect song for some moment in the arc of a really cinematic and interesting life that I would like to aspire to. I don't know if it's good or bad or soon or later or any specific associations, but I love finding the perfect song, and I'm like, there is something really powerful there, cinematically, through the music.
I really like that. Brett, what's your answer?
I would also probably have to go with music. Once again, we're on a radio right now, so that kind of shows the interest in music. But I also find it just like how much variety there can be in music, and not every day is the same, and you experience so many different things over a period of time that I don't think film could really capture that, while music could, because there's just so many different types of music.
And Eric?
I'm really going to shake it up with you. I'm going to go with paintings.
Oh.
Paintings are, in my eyes, what I think of a snapshot as almost now. What is this now in the present? There have been a million brushstrokes behind making that painting, and each one of them are equally as important to make the painting you see today.
I really like that answer. I like that a lot. But yeah, we have a great episode for you today. Our first song there was "We Will Rock You" by Queen off of the album News of the World. Queen, some of their most popular songs, you've heard of them before: Bohemian Rhapsody, Don't Stop Me Now, and Under Pressure. We're going to be coming into a section that Bobby made, actually. I asked Bobby right before for his 3 favorite songs, and this is that section. So starting off, we have Cook by Sophie Tucker and J Balvin. Enjoy. Hello, WNE Universe and beyond. Welcome to the Quirky Hour. The Quirky's Hour on the radio right now, and you're listening to WNEK the Voice. I'm your host, Ty Quirk.
I'm your co-host, Sam Cormier.
And today we got 3 special guests with us. We have Eric, Brett, and Mr. Bobby Dutton. How are you doing today?
Not too bad.
Good.
I'm good. I want to know what you thought of those 3 songs I picked, though.
They're fantastic. I love it. It's a very different style of the music that we usually play on the Quirky Hour. But for starting off our questioning, I'm going to have Sam ask the hypothetical.
All right. So, and this is a little ironic because we were just talking about travel, but if you guys could live anywhere in the world that isn't here, where would you pick? And if there's any particular reason why, you could tell us.
Sam, why don't we start off with you? What's your answer?
Oh, yes. See, I mean, I would go somewhere on either the Pacific Northwest because I like the environment, or maybe somewhere in oh god, directions aren't coming to my brain. Eastern Asia, maybe. I like the environment. I like the food. I feel like I would enjoy it.
I like that answer.
Ty, it's your turn.
For me personally, I feel like the place that I would want to live is Germany. I really want to go to Germany, and I feel like the culture there is amazing. I really want to enjoy just the sights and the sounds of Germany. Always have had a fascination with it. So yeah, that would be my answer. Bobby, what about you?
Nice. Well, oh no, we dropped a mic. Uh-oh. Hot mic.
Nothing ever happens.
Nothing.
I got to tell you, the best Chinese food I ever had was in Germany, which is strange.
Interesting.
Yeah. My answer, from a practical standpoint, I really do love living in the Boston suburbs. My family's around, not too close, but not too far. Work, obviously, familiar. It's where I grew up. And I love the idea of the seasons because as sad as the snow makes me, I think I appreciate the sunshine more than most because of that. Mm-hmm. From more of an idealistic standpoint, I do love the water. And we were just talking about my honeymoon off air, and I got to spend some time in the Maldives. And the coolest thing about that was you could wake up and you could just jump off of your deck into warm, salty ocean water. Oh, and that was such a peak luxury to me. I would do that every day as long as there was good coffee somewhere.
All right, Brett, what about you?
So probably either a tiny bit outside of Rome or over by Athens. I grew up on a lake, so I really like being near water, and the Mediterranean's really nice. I'm also a history major, and the ancient world is more my area of study, so being that close to Rome or Greece would be amazing. And yeah.
And Eric ending it off.
I don't know. For me, it's a little difficult because, I mean, the first I've ever been to outside of Western Mass is New Jersey, so not too far. I have always been fascinated with Japanese culture. So somewhere in like Japan center, probably northern, where it's more countryside and a little similar to the countryside I live to in my hometown, I feel like would be a pretty nice place.
I like that. And I have a question. Bobby, it's for you.
Okay.
What exactly is your company and what are they doing for a spring event?
Sure. Well, we'll start broad. Our company is called GBM6, which stands for Groove Boston Mission 6, and we're about making people happy. We're really clear on our why, and it's really important that we start with that as the product. The how we achieve happiness is by designing and executing legendary events. A lot of the events we focus on are generally for colleges, like this one, and it ranges from big DJ shows, which is our roots. So that's kind of what put us on the map, was making DJ shows bigger than concerts from a technical standpoint and a musical variety standpoint. It's since developed into bigger shows with major artists, and as long as happiness is the goal and there's a lot of technical engineering to make it happen, it's right in our wheelhouse, and we have an absolute blast.
I like that. And then I'm going to ask Eric and Brett a question. How much work have you guys put into making sure spring event is as good as it can be? Brett, we'll start out with you.
So I worked on a spring event last year, and I would say I put a decent amount of effort in that. I don't know the exact hours for it all, but last year was a lot of work. I did a lot. I can say with a high level of certainty, I've probably done about 3 or 4 times as much work this year for this spring event to make it as big and as great as it can be. So that's where I stand on it.
I would say I was the spring event last year more of like an on-person sort of e-board member, but this year stepping up into more of the preparation, I was a little surprised by email and getting all the setups, but I would say a considerable amount of effort was put in on my end to make sure that this event goes smoothly and is as great as it can be.
I like that. I like that answer. What did everybody think of the music? Whoever wants to start off.
For the music that was just played, I'm sorry.
Yes, for the music that was just played.
I love it. The EDM is a place in my heart, and the high energy to the then drop off to the low, to a chilling one. It was nice.
Good.
Well, for the record, I just picked that music because it was fun and you asked for it. But I think in general, the cool thing about a diverse soundtrack is that you really can try to cater to everyone in a way that brings people together. And that's what a good playlist does, and that's even why I tried to grab 3 very different tracks, at least in the scope of my liked songs list on Spotify, because I think the risk of concerts is alienating people. And if you think of kind of the broad landscape we live in, you can listen to whatever music you want for free all the time, and it probably sounds great on your headphones or your speakers or whatever it is. And that's not how it used to be. The first concert was in 1952, and that was because audio got loud enough for slightly bigger groups to hear someone singing at them, which is great. And I'm an audio guy, and I think that's interesting. But at the time, like, okay, if you wanted to listen to music, I hope someone's singing it somewhere I can hear it, right?
Yeah.
And then fast forward a little bit when the recording industry got big, and it's like when I was growing up, I'm going to get a ride to the record store and buy a CD for $17 of my allowance, and now I'm committed to this artist for 17 tracks. There's 1 or 2 I knew I wanted. I'm going to listen to the rest because I bought it and it's what I have now. But fast forward even further, and now like Spotify knows what songs I like and is going to deliver me as many more of that kind of song, whether I know it or not, through Discover Weekly, through the algorithm. And so this idea of having unlimited access to all the music you know you like and all the music you don't know you like really changes listener culture. And I think when you go back to the original 1952 concert model, it's interesting to think that that hasn't really evolved. Because, yeah, if you want to see Taylor Swift, go to Madison Square Garden and she'll sell it out and it'll be spectacular and everyone will love it. But what if we can't have an artist at that level? What if we're all trying to agree on one artist that's in budget? Unfortunately, it's hard to get an artist that's really realistic to bring that everyone can agree on and come together for. And that's what we try to tackle.
I like that. Sam, what do you think of the music?
I personally enjoyed it. I feel like I've been listening to a lot more of the upbeat EDM music, at least lately. And I enjoy it. I liked the little transition to the much more chill stuff at the end. I think it was we got a decent range of stuff, but I liked it.
Cool. I did also like it. It's definitely not my wheelhouse. It's a fun fact. I don't know if you guys know this. We play music from the 50s to the 70s on the Quirky Hour. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but this is not the type of music that we usually play. So it's a nice change of pace to just listen to something that's more modern. But yeah, the songs you just heard, we had Cook by Sophie Tucker and Jay Balvin on the album Cook. And then we had Beautiful Life by Mika's remix. I don't know if I'm saying that.
Yep.
Okay. By Armin van Buren, Cindy Alma, and Mikas on the album Beautiful Life Remixes. And then we went into Japan, Satin Jackets remix by Taiko, Saint Sinner, and Satin Jackets on the album Weather Remixes. We're going to be coming into our heavy rock section, and we will be starting it off with Young Blood by Survivor. Enjoy. Hello, WNE Universe and beyond. Welcome to the Quirky Hour. The Quirky's Hour on the radio right now, and you're listening to WNEK the Voice. I'm your host, Ty Quirk.
I'm your co-host, Sam Cormier.
And today, we got 3 special guests with us. We got Eric, Brett, and Bobby. How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good.
I'm doing well.
Incredible.
Oh, wow. That's the best answer I think we've gotten so far. Out of the entire time I've asked people how they are. Eric and Brett, got a question for you guys. Other than the DJ event that's happening on the 24th, what else have you guys put effort into to making Spring Event good? Eric or Brett, we'll start with you.
So, details are still being ironed out, but unlike some previous years, last year we had it too, but we're having 2 days to Spring Event this year. The first being Bear Glow and the second being Bear Fair. That'll be taking place on Commonwealth Lawn. It'll be a huge event. We're working out some details, but we'll have carnival games and a ton of other stuff that people can come and see. We do have a mechanical bull as well as just one thing in dunk tanks. And yeah, so we're working on that currently.
Another thing to add to the Bear Fair, WNEK the Voice is also collabing with Spring Event to bring the KMF Music Festival to it. So looking forward to that. Some nice tunes while we have some fun with the Bear Fair.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm personally very excited for it. Bobby, I got a question for you.
Sure.
Your company has done probably a lot of events like this. Could you tell me a bit of the history of some of the events that you've done similar to Spring Event?
Sure. Well, I think kind of our early days of this whole making the DJ show bigger than concerts started as far back as 2009, and one of the coolest ones that really sticks in my memory was back when I was DJing personally. And it was as we were growing and getting a lot more attention with the college scene. And Rutgers University, who at the time was one of the biggest colleges in the country, I think.
Oh, wow.
And they're in New Jersey, New Brunswick, New Jersey. This was right during peak EDM when everyone was watching the Ultra Music Festival, and DJ Snake had just released his hit banger, Turned Down for What, which took over the world.
Oh, wow, okay.
And they said, we just booked DJ Snake to do a big concert. We want it to be a very technical festival vibe. We want the lasers and the cryo and all that stuff. And we understand you're the company that's the one to call for that sort of thing, which of course was really cool. And so we got to come in with kind of all the draw of A-list talent because he was just fresh off of Ultra Festival for hundreds of thousands of people, and we got to just go nuts with the production. And that's the thing is the production, we call that the delivery system. And you think a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. So regardless of who you choose for a performer, whether it's a DJ or a celebrity or a live vocalist, how you experience it matters a lot. The best singer in the world of your favorite genre, whatever it is only going to be a great event if it's got the right sound system and microphone and lighting and everything else. And even in here, we're talking about microphones, and I'm like, oh yeah, SM57's 58 capsule, hypercardioid pickup pattern. I know why it sounds different when you're talking from the side. Like, these are just the details. Our team has gotten really good at hyper-analyzing, and shows like that one at Rutgers let us say, yeah, you've got someone famous, and we've got to make sure they can perform, but let's put a huge focus on the student experience. How does the music reach them? What does the room feel like? What's the playlist before anybody goes on the stage? What color is the room? Why? Can we put haze in the air? How do we use the power in this room as effectively as possible? Really micro-analyzing everything in between the performance and the audience is where we shine. And we've applied that same strategy to every event, and we absolutely will be doing that to Rivers. I was in Rivers before this, staring at the ceiling, sending our production manager pictures of the beams because he said, I need to know the beam width so I know what size steel cable to send so we can build this lighting rig. And like just us quietly crushing that level of detail is what's going to make this a really cool experience for students.
I'm very excited to see what you guys have in store, but Sam, why don't you ask your hypothetical?
All right, this is more of just a question for you, Bobby. Okay. But is what you're doing now, is this what you've always wanted to do? Is this like when you were younger, did you want to go into this, or like I'm just curious as to how you feel about that.
Good question. I think Steve Jobs has a great quote, which is, the journey always makes sense looking backwards. And if I could tell you I was 15 and had this whole thing mapped out right up to this day, no, I'd be lying for sure. What I do know is that my wheelhouse is very much, if you picture a Venn diagram, and on one side is like engineering and tech and data and graphs and nerd stuff. I love that stuff. I went to school for computer engineering. On the other side of the Venn diagram is things like chills and art and creative energy and vibes and all these subjective things. I need both to be thriving. And I learned that about myself through a lot of trial and error. But there's a few places where I really feel like I'm at my best personally, and that's where this company came from, because I've spent years writing code in a cubicle for the government, and I was good at it. I got paid nicely, but I realized I need some sort of emotional impact as part of this to make it worth it, to give me purpose. And so I left that job to build this company with no assurance that it was going to work financially, because I knew it would matter. And so now we work really hard. We work some really long hours that not a lot of people could even pull off. But at the end of the day, we're applying all that technical thinking to real emotional impact. And I just think that's so important. So in some ways, I feel like that was the path I was destined to find eventually. It just took a lot of exploring to find it.
All right.
That was a great well, it's not really a hypothetical. That was a great question. What did you guys think of the music? Whoever wants to start off. Short. Eric, we'll start with you.
Starting off with Survivor, correct?
Survivor, yes.
Survivor. Didn't they make Eye of the Tiger?
I believe they did, yeah.
I was listening to it. I'm like, I've heard this guy. I've heard this singer before.
Yeah, they did.
So it brought back some nostalgic for it. So I remember growing up in my dad's car listening to Rock 102, and always like those classic rock songs would come up. Uh-oh.
Good. Same answer every single time.
There's a lot of thinking up.
Thank you, Brett.
I have a great remix of Eye of the Tiger in my Lady Vox playlist, and maybe I'll send it to you, and we can listen to a cover for a different take on it. If you want to. It's not from 60s and 70s, but
we could make it work.
All right. I never play by the rules, so.
Oh, I never played by the rules either. Sam, what do you think of the music?
I was a fan of it. I normally like everything that we play. It was good.
I do too, but there's no bias when I say that. Yeah, that section was our heavy rock section. We had Young Blood by Survivor on the album Survivor. Survivor, some of their most popular songs, we were just talking about some of them. Eye of the Tiger, Burning Heart, and The Search is Over. And then we went into Prisoners by The Vapors on the album Prisoners. The Vapors, some of their most popular songs, Turning Japanese, News at 10, and Spring Collection. And then we went into Baby Blue by Blackfoot on the album Strikes. Blackfoot, some of their most popular songs, Train, Highway Song, and Left Turn on a Red Light. We're going to be coming into our, I'd say, jazz section. And we are going to be starting it off with You Came a Long Way from St. Louis by Chuck Berry. Enjoy. Hello, WNE Universe and beyond. Welcome to the Quirky Hour. The Quirkiest Hour on the radio right now, and you're listening to WNEK the Voice. I'm your host, Ty Quirk.
I'm your co-host, Sam Cormier.
Today we got Eric, Brett, and Bobby with us. How you doing?
Unfathomably well.
Wow.
Ooh.
Big words coming
Unfathomably. Wow. Brett.
Wait, I'm trying to think of big words. Supremely good.
What about you?
Brett?
Spectralescent.
What?
Lesson.
Whoa!
Yeah, we got a whole
He's making up
dictionary
words.
for us over here.
He's making up words at this point. Sam, we're gonna start off with your hypothetical.
Right. So I had something else planned for this, but I feel like we've talked about it too much, and so I decided that I'm going to wing this one, but it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Okay. Would you rather... It's actually, we talked about it earlier. Would you rather you're not able to use technology anymore, you have to like boot it out into the middle of the woods, or you're a cyborg and you have to use technology and you have to live in big cities and you can't exit them?
Oh, man.
I think I would just take the woods.
I would also go with the woods. I really do not want to be a cyborg. I'm going to be 100% honest.
Same. I love the tech and I would miss it, but I could never commit to being stuck in big cities and big tech forever. Take me to the woods.
Tarzan or Terminator?
Tarzanator.
Tarzanator. Could I be Tarzanator?
Give it be the mix of the two.
Could I have like an artificial forest in my city?
Ooh. You know what? You could, I mean, if you're a cyborg and you get like the brain pieces, you could like VR yourself into a forest and be Tarzan.
Oh my god, I can.
You could just build a new simulation of the woods in your city.
Oh my god, yeah, give me the city life. I won't even know I'm a robot.
I was going to say city for a different reason because I feel so entwined with tech, of computer science and all that.
Yeah.
So it's like I can see myself not going in the woods rather than not touching a computer ever again.
Yeah.
So I would go with that. But then Brett brought up a good point with the simulations.
I feel like that's a tongue twister. Brett brought up a good point.
Can I provide a follow-up answer?
Oh boy.
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
Have you ever, like, found yourself in the woods and been like, your body and your mind are just like, I needed this. Like, why don't we go in the woods more often? And you're like, man, I got to remember this. And then you don't go back in the woods for 5 more years. And then next time you do, you're like, oh yeah, I need to do this. Why can't we remember to go in the woods?
It's all fun and games until the bugs come out.
Until they get you.
They got you.
My perfect overlap was I bought a cool bicycle that has like an electric boost. And so I was like, I'm going to go for bike rides in the woods, but also using cool tech that makes me happy. That's a nice overlap for me.
I like that. I had a question for all of you. Why should people come to Spring Event? Bobby, we'll start with you.
Ooh. I think we all have plenty of technology and platforms and connections and information at our fingertips all the time, which is great. The downside is we're social creatures and we don't know how to actually connect and focus on the same things with the people around us. So that's why I put so much time and effort into creating reasons to come together and being really intentional about why we're providing value through those platforms. I think social connection is sacred, and I think it's increasingly hard when we're competing with all the information in the universe. So take a break from your own capable digital reality and come into the woods, and by the woods I mean a huge dance party in a gym with all your friends to experience one reality all together.
And Brett, what about you?
I think the big thing for me, just seeing previous spring events, is that with an artist, it's really hit or miss. It could be that we have everyone in the school because the artist is super popular, or it's just an artist that people were like, oh, I guess I've heard of them. And it's kind of like this thing of like, oh, I know one song, is that really worth going? While having this huge DJ set is you get to have fun with your friends, you get to listen to music that you are certain you know, and it's just going to be a lot more interactive and a lot more of a show than just one guy singing songs you might know.
For me, coming in, I like thinking about it as before we had a large amount of effort put into having an artist, and in areas we lacked on production value. I think of last year we had B.O.B. and Social House perform on our campus, and I was a little underwhelmed with a production side of it. They have great music, and I would listen to it outside of it, but just having little production value made it seem a little underwhelming as, oh, he's just performing up there. I feel like with this year, we can begin to start having these higher productions of an event that allows people to go, no matter who's playing up there or what DJ is up there, that you're going to want to see this.
I like that answer. We're going to start off with Sam for this next question. What do you think of the music?
I really liked the music. I enjoyed all of it.
You enjoyed the music? That's good. That's good. Bobby, what do you think of the music?
I liked it too. It's a nice vibe journey we're on today. I feel like we're covering a lot of ground, and it's nice to feel the feels.
Brett, I think I know the answer, but go for it.
Good. It made me think of this upcoming spring event, and I'm thinking to myself, how humorous would it be if we go from intense EDM to just in my solitude?
It's all about contrast, right?
It would be an insane transition. That was our jazz section. We started that section off with You Came a Long Way from St. Louis by Chuck Berry and the Five Dimensions on the album Chuck Berry in London. Chuck Berry, some of his most popular songs, Johnny Be Good, You Can Never Tell, and Run, Rudolph, Run. And then we went into Teardrops from My Eyes by Ruth Brown on the album Ruth Brown.
Based on a true story.
Is it actually? I did not know that.
Teardrops from the eyes.
Teardrops from the eyes. Ruth Brown, some of her most popular songs. I Don't Know, 5, 10, 15 Hours, and As Long as I'm Moving. And then we went into I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm on the album Ring a Ding Ding by Frank Sinatra. This song is a special one. Congratulations if you're listening. This song is the 300th song played on the Quirky Hour. 300 songs so far.
Wow.
And we're going up from here. We're going to be coming. So at the beginning of the show, I said that we would be doing a student submission section, and we got some. So our first song for the student submission section is "Eye of the Tiger" by Tommy Prophet and Fiora. Enjoy. Hello, WNE Universe and beyond. Welcome to the Quirky Hour. The Quirkiest Hour on the radio right now, and you're listening to WNEK the Voice. I'm your host, Ty Quirk.
I'm your co-host, Sam Cormier.
Today we got Eric, Brett, and Bobby with us. How you guys doing?
I'm doing okay, I guess.
It's gotten worse.
It went down. Roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster.
And what's Brett gonna say?
Uh-oh.
Well, it's not about music, so I can't just say good. So I think I'll just say, well.
Thank you.
I'm feeling pretty good. I got a nice afternoon energy ramp up happening. Maybe a second wind.
Okay.
Thinking about my drive home soundtrack.
I like that.
It's gonna be all right.
I hope you enjoy it. But Sam's got one final hypothetical for you.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Bit of a like, we're ramping it down. It's a bit of a normal question. Or do I want to ramp it down, Ty?
Ramp it up.
If you guys were a type of airplane, what kind of plane would you
Oh,
be?
man.
Actually, we won't. We can you can go jet, you can do whatever. I think I would be one of those like big travel planes that have 2 stories.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Ty?
Hey. For me personally, I feel like it would be. I feel like I would be a helicopter.
Ooh. Okay. Curveball.
I'm just out of the norm, you know.
Nice.
What about
You
you,
stick
Bobby?
Oh, great question. I would be a Cirrus SF-50 Vision jet.
Oh,
It's small, one jet engine up on the top, and it's so fast and agile, just like me.
Everyone's favorite.
And I want it. I want it so bad.
Brett, what about you?
B-2 bomber.
Oh yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of TikTok edits of them, and they look really cool. They're just flying Doritos.
$100 million floating Doritos.
And then
Oh,
you get off with Eric.
I love me a Droop Snoop. The Concorde. I love those things. I think they were incredible pieces of machinery, even though I guess they didn't last very long. They're really expensive.
Can I tell you a fun fact about the Concorde?
I would love a fun fact.
Part of the reason they didn't go so well is because there was a lot of instability with them. It was really hard to keep them airborne. And if you were cruising along on a Droop Snoop Concorde with the Droop unsnooped because you're in cruise flight, if a person who weighed 150 pounds got up in the back row to walk to the front to go to the bathroom, there had to be a whole system to pump 150 gallons of fuel or pounds of fuel from the front tank to the back tank to offset it to keep the center of gravity in a place that was stable.
Huh.
So stuff like that is why
Oh.
it was a little risky to keep that going over the ocean.
Yeah. My mic's just going all over the place. We got one final question. That was our last section for today. And usually how we end off this section after the last section is we give our final messages to the audience listening. Sam, what's your final message?
Keep your head up and keep your hood up because it's raining and you don't want to get wet.
Very true. You do not want to get wet. Bobby, what's your final message?
Oh man, I guess I'll be a little bit commercial to push for this concert event for everybody. I know it's new, I know it's different, but I hope people give it a chance because if you think about the way you listen to music today, it takes a lot to keep you happy. So we're pumped to bring some happiness to campus when the time comes. So hope to see everybody there.
Brett, what's your final message?
This is pretty good.
And Eric.
Change world. That's my final message.
Wow.
Goodbye.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
That was fantastic. Yeah, that's the end of our show. What'd you guys think of that section?
That was fun.
I thought it was really interesting with the amount of shakeup and diversity of the songs.
Oh yeah, it was diverse. It was an eclectic group.
Jeff Buckley.
Jeff Buckley, indeed.
J Bucks.
Brett.
Deftones.
We had Eye of the Tiger by Tommy Prophet and Fiora off the album Eye of the Tiger. And then we had So Real by Jeff Buckley on the album Grace. Jeff Buckley, some of his most popular songs: Lover, You Should Have Come Over, Everybody Here Wants You, and Forget Her. And then we went into My Own Summer, Shove It by Deftones on the album Around the Fur. Deftones, some of their most popular songs besides that: Change, In the House of Flies, Be Quiet and Drive Far Away, and Cherry Waves. We're going to be coming into our last section for today. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Episode 19. Next episode is going to be episode 20.
Wow.
That's insane.
Legacy.
Legacy indeed. Yeah, we are. I have a Google Doc of all the guests that we have on the Quirky Hour, and I've theorized that we will have 120 episodes in my college career.
Nice.
Yeah. Very nice round number to end off. But anyways, our last song for today is going to be Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple on the album Machine Head. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Eric, Brett, and Bobby, for coming out. I know, Bobby, you probably drove a long way to come here.
Yeah. Happy to do it. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thank you, Sam, for co-hosting as always.
Of course.
Yeah. Thank you all for listening. This is Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple on the album Machine Head. Hope you guys have a fantastic break. And make sure to make your break extra quirky. Take care, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.